Barakah Tawab, wa Shalom Yasharala. Peace be to the nation of Israel, whom out these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and speckled Israelites scattered across the four corners of the earth, including within America, Babylon the Great, and we are the Most High, Yahweh chosen people, the nation of Israel. So without further ado, as always, just want to give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is God of the living, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shabarach, which is all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, whom is our strength and our redeemer and our light and our salvation. In the same tongue, in the Paleo Hebrew, when to go to another Mashana Kabuadim Lahasakwani Mishal Gadawabakab, meaning double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, the true shepherds of Israel, along with the like-minded Sequani will Akim across the four corners of the earth, also pushing the sound doctrine, faith, truth, and sincerity. And Shalom and salutation to Bayah Shadawadah, the house of David, along with the rest of 1/3 elect men, women, and children of Israel. All right, this is fellow servant Malak Rayab, back at it again. Another epistle, okay, of end time prophecy within a testimony of Hamashiach Abishai, our beloved Lord and Savior, and Redeemer from these curses. All right, and that spirit, that testimony is a spirit of prophecy. Prophesy, okay, means to say before, to declare, and that's what we're doing. Declaring these end time prophecies, including the downfall of Mount Seir, okay, the modern day inhabitants of Basra, you Edomites, you self-proclaimed Caucasians or white people, okay, the disease of the earth, all right, the devil who's created to steal, murder, and destroy, okay, all right, hence the foundation of America, Babylon the Great, through carnality and witchcraft being promoted, all right, that witchcraft includes Esau's policies, all right, and his propaganda that he's been using to control the narrative, to control the narrative of his satanic new world order agenda through his various facets, all right, to continue to proclaim himself to be this global humanitarian and upholder of peace and tranquility, and everyone's best interest at heart, when it's quite the contrary, all right, through his track record, especially the whole Ukraine situation, which has been further revealed as a proxy war, another proxy war to move Russia, to weaken Russia, all right, as a part of their satanic new world order agenda to further expand their Edomite hegemony throughout the world, all right. And even though Russia juiced in with the wicked elite, as well as China, they're still at odds with each other. Going to Psalm the 2nd chapter, all right. Part of that derision of the minds of the heathen, believing that they have an opportunity to rule after the Edomites of America go down, which they clearly know. Okay, so then those indifferences, all right. You have this interview here, okay, that took place yesterday, which I was watching. I ended up watching at the plantation, and listening to it in the background, and in fair use, because I'm about to play a little bit of this audio, but this, as I was going into a few lessons ago, and how this interview between Vladimir Putin of Russia and Tucker Carlson, a former Fox News anchor, okay, is a further insight of the division and downfall and destruction of America, Babylon the Great, because this interview was to expose, the negative, accusations and information that Esau has been spreading about Russia, all right, through Putin. Now he's some horrible, evil, tyrannical leader and so forth. Which, I mean, they're not. If someone had said that, they wouldn't exactly be incorrect, because he's an Edomite. So by default, those things are true. However, for the Edomites of America to proclaim this about Putin is hypocritical. Okay, to further keep the spotlight off of their wickedness. All right. And that's why, this lesson is going to the further insights of the downfall of America through the wicked covering cast of evil. And that's that wine of fornication that people have been drunk off of, predicated off of the false, perception of living through Esau's Edomite supremacy. So you can see here, you read the comments. So this person said, hi from Russia, from Volgograd. I hope this interview will give many people around the world food for thought, and I hope one day you will understand that Russian people are not evil, not aggressive as they show us on TV. I hope one day we will meet in Russia, drink vodka, and then fight a bear with love from Russia. All right. So one may, look at this comment as biased because this is a Russian citizen speaking, or Russian native. However, when you scroll down, look what this individual said. I respect more I respect more President Putin than Biden. Look how many likes he got. 655 likes. Another comment. Russia is not the enemy. Imagine this is banned in Canada. It's insane. Look how many likes this got. Over 1,000 likes. Okay. And then look at this one. What's wild about this interview? We learned more about Putin, about our current United States government than we ever have from our own president. If that doesn't make you second guess what the hell is going on, I don't know what will. And this got over 5,000 likes. See? So the wicked covering cast of evil is being downtrodden of that spirit of bondage of modern day Egypt, America. Okay? Exposing the innermost parts of wickedness of Esau, like it says in Jeremiah the 49th chapter. All right. Let's get a few more comments. My views of Putin were tainted by our media. Putin was spit on, they meant to say, about so many things, or Putin was spot on about so many things, and we all had a great history lesson. Thank you, Mr. Putin. All right, Sheetamite woman looked like a MAGA, supporter, but she said what she said. All right. Somebody, and then this woman was thanking Putin for the interview. Look at this one. Mr. Tucker, thank you so much for opening the eyes of the world to the truth. We Russians really want the world to finally know the truth. On behalf of the Russians, I want to express my deep gratitude to you for the accuracy of the facts. And of course, thanks to our president, Vladimir Putin, for an interesting conversation, blah, blah, blah. So, but I really want to focus on the comments from Americans and what they're saying about Putin, speaking about him in a positive light. All right. Get a few more here. The mainstream media won't like this, but who cares? Big win for Tucker. Over 6,000 likes. So you Edomites are finished, man. This is Isaiah 25:7. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people and a veil that is spread over all nations. Okay. And that's that wine of fornication, man. That Western philosophy. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and continue in the next precept in 2 Corinthians chapter 4. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting in verse 3, it says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. All right. And the gospel is the good news for the nation of Israel, the good tidings spoken about in Isaiah the 61st chapter, only intended for the lost 12 tribes of Israel, the elect of the lost 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. All right. To hear and get marked. Okay. By this glorious gospel, man. Okay, the glorious light of this glorious gospel, the glorious light of this gospel, the good tidings. Okay, that we have a righteous everlasting kingdom. Okay, that's going to be established in the second holy covenant, where we're going to rule over our enemies, the adversaries of the Lord. All right, including Esau, Edom, and these other heathen nations, man, that have all contributed to the removal of our Hebrew Israelite heritage. Spoken about in Psalm the 83rd chapter. Okay, through the international trade, benefiting off of the goods and services through international trade that came from slave labor, spoken about in St. James, the 5th chapter, and so forth. So, so just like the ancient pagan Roman Empire fell is the same way that the modern day pagan Roman Empire is going to fall. Okay. Okay, and a part of that, that wicked empire falling was internal judgment, okay, including exposure of the wicked that's going to manifest externally. Case in point, okay, because people have the vast majority of the minds of the minds of the vast majority of people that have marveled after this beast system spoke about in Revelation 13 chapter. That's why they go out there and vote. They believe in the false hope that Esau has given them, okay, through a false notion of liberty. Okay, of the theme of America, liberty and justice for all. You have the liberty to be a sexual deviant, a scoundrel, okay, a backstabber, all right, a conniver, okay, a perpetual and blatant liar, a witch, literally, okay, including a lot of Wiccans in the military and Wiccans in general, okay. You get to work, you have the liberty to worship any god you want, okay. But and this is why this earth is out of course, because the devil is ruling. Because because he, like it says in Psalm the 50th chapter, when the Lord said, what has that to do to declare my statute? You shall rebel more and more. And that's why the servants are subject to the mindset of the king, the rulers. And that's why the vast majority are wicked, because the king, Esau Edom, the current king of this earth, the self-proclaimed white man, is evil. Okay, because his rulership, okay, is ran contrary to the righteous instruction of the word, okay, the gospel. Okay. And that's why people are lost. That's why people buy into Esau's propaganda. Okay. And then hearken to his lies. This is 2 Corinthians 4:4. And whom the God of this world had blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High God, Yahweh, should shine into them. And it's not shining on the vast majority, because these people in gross darkness. And it says in Isaiah 5:20, woe be unto thee who calls evil good and good evil. Okay, who calls bitter sweet and sweet bitter, roughly paraphrasing, who refers to the darkness as light and vice versa. And this is why Yahushua said in St. John, the 3rd chapter, men love darkness because their deeds were evil. Okay, the deeds are wicked. And that's why they look at the upholders of the light as if they're wicked, because we're in spiritual warfare. Okay, and the wicked are going to believe the wicked. Okay, so this is Revelation chapter 19, verse 1. And it says, and after these things I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, Hallelujah, salvation and glory and honor and power unto the Lord Yahweh by Shemeshai our power. And here's a point in verse 2. For true and righteous are his judgments, for he hath judged the great whore, which is America, Babylon the Great, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication. All right, that's that idolatry, okay, which is Edomite supremacy in its various facets, man, including geopolitics, geoeconomics, especially his military industrial complex, okay, direct representation of his blessing, the sword, okay, in Genesis 27 chapter, okay, his witchcraft through his AI technology, his propaganda, his geopolitics for the controlling narratives, man, okay. Case in point, that's why politics is rigged. That's why back in 2001, Al Gore won that election, man. Al Gore really won that election, but they rigged it for Bush Jr. to win it. Okay. And that further confirms that everything is rigged and corrupt here. Okay. Including the sports events, including the NBA lottery, all right, the NFL playoffs. Okay. All this shit is rigged and corrupt. Okay. All right. And of a facade of this matrix, man. Okay. The women are collectively artificial and fake and phony. Okay, people are collectively fake and phony, giving you fake smiles. Okay, avoiding eye contact. Okay, exhibiting traits of the characteristics of a serpent like Esau. Could the servants follow the example of the king, the wicked? So back from the top, verse 2: For true and righteous are judgments, for he had judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. All right. Because you devils you did not find America. You stole it from the true founding fathers, the Northern Kingdom of Israel. Okay. All right. Then you had the audacity to set up the borders in the 19th century. All right. But you initially did that to keep out French invaders. Okay. Then you blamed it on Jake. Okay. As if they're invading a territory that they founded. Okay. As opposed to your lies. So that further confirms you Edomites are the true migrants and immigrants, going to a lesson title, that I went into not too long ago. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and that's why we can't have anything here. That's why Black Wall Street was compromised by this devil. Okay. Case in point, because we were not brought over here to America, Babylon the Great, to flourish. We were brought over here to serve our enemies and our gods. Preaching in Jeremiah, the 5th chapter, Deuteronomy 28 and 36, and so forth, for our transgression against the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh by Shemeshai. Okay, this is the only reason why you Edomites, you lowly, decrepit, inferior Edomites are above us, pursuing Ecclesiastes 10 verses 6 to 7. All right, how the servant would be sitting upon horses in a position of power. Okay, and these modern day slave patrols, known as cops, that sit on horses, all right, like they were back then, they're doing now, is a further example of that. All right, that Esau is ruling. All right, so this is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1, and it reads, The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And that goes, that lines up with Psalm, the 104th chapter, how the clouds are the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay? And because the chariots are likened to clouds, all right, in a parabolic sense. All right, because the ultimate chariot is going to descend from the heavens into this realm, okay, and unleash fire, holy fire on America, Babylon the Great, and other parts of the world, but mainly America and all of its idols, man. Okay, all right, promoting the vibration of Shaitan, including the Statue of Liberty over there in New York, promoting the ancient Queen of Heaven, Semiramis, through the Greek goddess Libertas, which is what that Statue of Liberty is named after. Okay, Guadalupe statues, Buddha statues, okay, so-called Saint Mary statues. All right, all these Edomite Confederate monuments, okay, and so forth. Okay, these Baphomet statues, these obelisks, okay, and so forth. All right, all the ways you Edomites going to be destroyed. All right, through your empire, America, Babylon the Great, they hammer the entire earth, and so before that judgment manifest, all right, you are going to be exposed internally, all right, through your lies, your deception, your witchcraft, all right. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. So like I said in the beginning, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Okay, the wine of fornication. All right, and this is why, get this article here, dealing with a prisoner that was accused of committing espionage. Okay, this is on the wrap. It says Vladimir Putin says Russia has run out of decency and it's on the U.S. to take reciprocal steps to free Evan Gerskovich. And this was a Wall Street Journal journalist who was caught spying on the whole Ukrainian ordeal down there in Ukraine and was imprisoned by Russia. So Tucker Carlson was asking, why don't you just release him? All right, and then Putin essentially responded by saying, well, look, he said we run out of decency. Okay, we're open for talking, but it's up to the Americans, essentially what he was saying. So he's saying the ball is in the court of America. Okay, because that further confirms that Putin is a diplomat. Okay, he's willing to negotiate. Okay, and play his role of a humanitarian, just like a Edomite would do. And that's further exposing the witchcraft and corruption of Edomites. And that's why 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter. Matter of fact, let me go and get this real quick. 2nd Esdras. I meant to quote 2nd Esdras 6. And I believe it's 27. It says, for evil shall be put out and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth which had been so long without fruit shall be declared. Okay? And that's why you Edomites are being exposed. All right. And that's why you're seeking the charmers and whatnot, and that's why these charmers are coming down with great wrath. No, they have but a short time. And that leads me to this last article on planettoday.com. All right. And it says Israel to punish anyone who questions October 7th official narrative with 5 years in prison. Israeli lawmakers are moving forward with the bill to punish anybody accused of questioning the official narrative for the Netanyahu government about the details of what happened on October 7th. Under the new law, anybody who dares to question or downplay the Netanyahu government's version of events will be punished with up to 5 years behind bars. All right. All right. And now, speaking of moral decrees, Greg Abbott, Texas Governor Greg Abbott just released something recently as well. Okay. Against the Northern Kingdom tribes crossing the border. Okay. Let's go and get that. Let me see here. So yep. So on fosterfollynews.net, and let's do the spirit. Foster Folly News. All right, and that speaks for itself. So it says Texas immigration law SB4 goes into effect today. These are new penalties. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed into law Senate Bill 4 in December, which is a controversial set of measures to stem immigration across its southern border. All right. The two main features of the legislation create stricter sentencing guidelines for human smuggling and empowers local law enforcement to arrest legal immigrants and deport them. Starting Tuesday, February 6th, a mandatory minimum of sentence of 10 years will apply to those who are accused of smuggling undocumented immigrants. If the offense is punishable as a first-degree felony, the minimum prison sentence is 15 years or more if another applicable provision of law applies. All right, and you can read the rest of this for more insight. But so this just further confirms for the exposure of wine and fornication of America, Babylon the Great, exposing that old ancient serpent called the devil, that same spirit that dwells in Esau, Edom. Okay, this is Revelation 12:7. It reads, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And a great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Shaitan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." Angels meaning messengers. And his messengers are going to include his military, all right, and all those who stand with his military. Okay, you witches and warlocks that are disguised as news anchors and journalists. Okay, pushing controlled opposition and various tactics of war and division. All right, and witchcraft. All right. You entertainers, you politicians especially, okay, and all those whose names written in the earth, okay, to follow, to trust, to put their faith and trust in the man of sin and son of perdition over the man of war, Abba Yahweh. Okay. So this, this interview once again, which is another insight, a further insight of the downfall of Esau, Edom. Okay. Regarding the division of these Edomites, like I said in St. Mark, the 3rd chapter, if Shaitan stands against Shaitan, how can this kingdom stand? So I'm going to end it off at a note and pray this lesson further edifying, exhorting to elect, and give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is God of the living, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barach Wadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this video. And with that, Mawatha Lababal. All right, and shalom to you elect. On to the next one.